You might be wondering how one completes Destiny 2. After all, it's an MMO first-person shooter RPG kind of game with no distinct end in sight. Well, as it turns out, for a lot of players, completing Destiny 2 means completing the ultimate most difficult goal. In this case, I'm referring to the Unbroken title. For those who don't know what this is, you have to reach the maximum rank in the competitive playlist for 3 seasons in a row to unlock this little piece of purple text that floats under your name that just lets people know you're pretty good at PvP. But the process of obtaining this on a free-to-play account is not so simple. So how did all this begin? Destiny 2 wasn't always free. Back about a year ago, there was a free-to-play promotion for one single week, where if you created an account during this time, you were able to play Destiny 2 forever, but your character had severe restrictions. As far as the new content goes in Destiny, a free-to-play character could not unlock any of it, so the competitive gear they had access to was almost nothing. Not to mention, in power level enabled content, where the higher a Guardian's power level, the more damage they deal and the less damage they receive, free-to-play accounts were so weak by comparison that they couldn't even be considered a nuisance. For example, a weapon that should take 3 shots to kill might take 8. A sniper rifle that always one-shots to the head might take 2 entire shots, sometimes even 3. Despite the gear and power level disadvantages, every account has access to the competitive playlist, including free-to-play accounts. So if you went in with the lesser loadouts that were available to free-to-play accounts and somehow won your way all the way to max rank, which is 5,500, you would get the same reward that a pay-to-play player would get. And the best part is, every season, this competitive reward was different. So you could build up quite the arsenal if you could continue to win in the comp playlist. And the best part was, there's a cosmetic reward involved with hitting maximum rank in the competitive playlist for 3 seasons in a row. You get a title, this little purple thing that goes under your name that's called Unbroken. Except, my free-to-play account could not equip it.
No. I can't believe that... Oh.
So now that you're caught up, I don't really know what that Unbroken bug was all about. It's almost like the developers didn't expect that a free-to-play account could ever conceive the idea of becoming unbroken. It makes me laugh every time I think about it. I mean, imagine spending hundreds of hours in the competitive playlist just to not be able to unlock the reward. Well, this brings us to today, the end of Season 8. Here's what I accomplished in Season 8 so that I could unlock the Unbroken title on a free-to-play account. Because clearly what I was doing in Seasons 4, 5, 6, and 7 just weren't working. So in Season 8, I'm taking a different approach. I'm going to try to get Lord Shaxx, the Crucible Handler, to notice me. See if you follow my logic here. I'm thinking that the reason I'm denied Unbroken so unjustly is not because I'm a free-to-play account, but because my free-to-play account is inherently weak compared to pay-to-play accounts, or people who spent $60 to play the game. I don't know why you'd do that. But out of pettiness, the likes of which the world has never seen before, I am going to create a free-to-play account that is more powerful than a pay-to-play account can ever dream to be. And if I accomplish this, Lord Shaxx has no choice but to notice me. As you can probably tell by the beginning of the video, I succeeded. Here's what I did. You might be wondering what the difference between a pay-to-play account and a free-to-play account is. Well, simply, what you see here is a tier list of what I think the Season 8 meta is. And now you'll see what a free-to-play player cannot acquire. While at a glance this may seem very limiting, it's actually not. If you mix loadouts from the S and A tier, you have one of the most competitive loadouts in the game and have no excuse really for not doing your best. Of course, this isn't an all-encompassing list. There's a lot more items that a free-to-play player cannot obtain, and there's a lot more items that they can. It's just what I thought was competitive, and the green circles represent the target goals I set out for the season. These are the things that I want to bring into the competitive playlist. So knowing what's competitive, I could create a sort of shopping list of things to obtain, and that's exactly what I did. but I also had to worry about obtaining armor, and that is quite a grind. Let me explain how armor works real quick. So, in this expansion called Shadowkeep, that's Season 8, Bungie introduced a new armor system called Armor 2.0. In this system, you can upgrade the energy of your armor up to 10 so that you can afford to slot more powerful perks. Keep in mind, the more powerful the perk, the more it usually costs. Another benefit to upgrading your armor is that if you reach the 10 energy level, that's the highest, then your armor gets a +2 to all stats, and stats do make a difference in PvP. But that shit ain't free. That costs a lot of resources. So I guess the next question to answer is, how do you upgrade armor and how much does it cost? You can see on screen now an example of what a maxed out armor piece looks like. You can see the yellow on the stat bar indicates that they are getting a +2 because it is maximally upgraded. For a legendary piece of gear, it would cost 3 enhancement cores, 3 enhancement prisms, and 1 ascendant shard. Don't worry, I'll explain that right now. Enhancement cores can be used to masterwork or upgrade weapons and armor. They can be found by dismantling curated weapon drops bought by the gunsmith or by using an uncommon consumable item called a matter weave. Enhancement prisms are the next tier up of resource and are used to upgrade armor to higher levels. These can be found in the higher power versions of nightfall activities. These are just a really difficult mission where the power level can range from 900-ish to 980. The 980 is called the Master Nightfall, and it's very difficult. The higher the difficulty, the better chance of enhancement prism drop. And this brings us to the Ascendant Shard, which is the highest tier of upgrade resource. And these are used to upgrade armor to maximal levels. I do get one bang by that, by the way. This is a Master Nightfall. I put this clip in the background just to show perspective on bringing a free-to-play account into a Master Nightfall. It has a recommended power of 980, and I'm going in there with 930. It isn't actually too difficult to raise the power level of any account, whether you paid for the game or not. All you have to do is sign in at the weekly reset and just do a couple activities to get more powerful rewards. This process can take a couple weeks, so I usually just ignore doing activities because I don't really care about power level, or at least I used to not, because it didn't make a difference. It took me 8 bullets to kill somebody anyway, and if I did every activity, I could maybe kill them in like 7.5 bullets, which is still 8. This all changed when Shadowkeep launched because it raised the base power level of every account, whether you bought the game or not, to 750 power, which means in the Iron Banner, which is power level enabled PvP, I could headshot somebody with a sniper rifle. Keep in mind, that opening montage you saw, I had to shoot him twice in the head with the highest impact sniper rifle just to get a kill. But now in modern day Season 8, it's just a simple sniper headshot. And for somebody who's pretty decent at PvP, I think that's very manageable, and I just didn't focus on power level. I figured, hey, I went from shooting him 8 times in the head with the hand cannon to shooting him 4 times. I'm just not going to focus on power level because I really don't need to. Wrong. That was a bad idea. Power level really matters because the exchange rate to get the resources to upgrade armor is so beneficial in the Master Nightfall. If you try to do it the other way, you're going to have a bad time. Let me explain. So if you wanted to upgrade one legendary piece of armor, it's going to cost you 3 enhancement cores, 3 enhancement prisms, and 1 ascendant shard. If you went to the gunsmith to purchase any of these resources, he would have to spend 10 enhancement cores for 1 enhancement prism, and 10 enhancement prisms for 1 ascendant shard. The best method to farm for enhancement cores in the first place is to do an activity called the Reckoning, and you receive these curated weapon drops that are already all the way upgraded, and when you dismantle them, it gives you 7 enhancement cores. But the drop rate, in my opinion, is somewhere between like a 1 in 6, 1 in 5, and I would say the activity takes 9 minutes, so let's account for bad RNG and say you get 1 curated weapon every 54 minutes, which equals 7 enhancement cores. Now I'm going to bust out the TI-84 and run some calculations. So remember, the armor takes 3 enhancement cores to level up, then 3 enhancement prisms, which is 30 enhancement cores, so keep adding, 33 so far, then 1 ascendant shard, which is 100. So we're at a total of 133 enhancement cores just to level up 1 single piece of armor. If it takes 54 minutes to get 7 cores, we're going to divide 133 by 7, and then that gives us 19. So it takes 19 times 54 minutes, which is 1,026 minutes, we'll divide by the hour, comes out to 17 hours of gameplay to level up one piece of armor. One piece of armor. That's it. Just one. Look at this armor set. I want to max out the whole set. And look at what that would cost. It would cost 15 enhancement cores, 15 enhancement prisms, and 7 ascendant shards, which, according to my calculations, is like over 100 hours of gameplay, assuming RNG is decent. So plan A to buy materials from the gunsmith is not a viable plan. That cost way too much time. I think plan B, which is do the Master Nightfall, is the only choice I have if I want to finish this video before Season 8 ends. But if you remember about a minute ago, I talked about how I pretty much get one bang by everything in the Master Nightfall, so how am I supposed to complete it? Turns out the answer is pretty simple. Just raise my power level. But time is not really on my side, so I gotta be smart about this. Remember, I do have a shopping list of competitive weapons to obtain, so while I'm completing that shopping list, I am also raising my power level by consolidating what I'm doing so that the activities that I'm doing give me both powerful gear and good weapons. Now you have all the background to understand how monumental of a grind this free-to-play account was to max out. If I can't get Shax's attention with a fully maxed out armor set and the best competitive weapons a free-to-play account, or any account for that matter, can get, I don't know how I'm going to do it. Anyhow, the plan is solid, so let's get to work. Here's the shopping list. I'm starting off with the strongest sniper rifle, which I think is the Beloved, and you get this from the Menagerie activity. I also need an annoying shotgun, so I'm going to try to get a Badlander, which just randomly drops in the world, but if I don't, I'll go grab it from Menagerie. I can also go for a Retold Tale, that's also a random drop in the Dreaming City, so while I'm leveling up power, that would be a nice thing to have. Also, if I get a Twilight Oath from the Dreaming City, then I'll just use that instead of going for a Beloved. For a Chaperone replacement, I need to wait for the Ultra Asaro to have the Blasphemer shotgun, and then go for the curated role. For an annoying hand cannon, I want a very good spare ration, so I'm going to play Gambit Prime while going for a full collector set to get the explosive spare rations, and if I get a better random roll while going for it, I'll just use that. For the heaviest machine gun, this is probably the easiest thing on the entire list. I just do the Black Armory Forge, and I get a Hammerhead. Next, I'm going for Polaris Lance, that's an exotic scout rifle, and I'll use that to obtain the Randy's throwing knife. You get the Polaris by doing a quest line on Mars, and you get Randy's by completing this quest in the Crucible, or PvP. While playing Gambit, I'll go for the Exit Strategy Submachine Gun. It's in the kinetic slot, so I can pair it with the Beloved Sniper Rifle, so I can switch between a spare rations and an exit strategy, depending on the map. For the abundance of materials, the 7 Ascendant Shards, 20 Enhancement Prisms, and 200 Enhancement Cores, I'll be getting these through Master Nightfalls, and a little bit through Reckoning. I'm also doing Reckoning to get the full collector set to go for a spare rations curated, but if I don't get it, not a big deal. I'm still working on Enhancement Cores, which I do need to masterwork weapons. Next, a crucial part of the build is getting a good exotic armor piece. I want something neutral that works across all subclasses, so it doesn't matter if I'm a Dawnblade, if I'm a Voidwalker, if I'm a Stormcaller. The point is, if I get a top-tier neutral exotic armor piece, like the Stag, Transversive Steps, Ophidian Aspect, Sanguine Alchemy, Lunafaction Boots, etc., then I'm not locked to one specific playstyle and can pretty much do whatever I want to stay competitive. This is primarily the reason I chose to main Warlock on this free-to-play account, considering that Titans cannot wear the strongest exotic helmet if you're free-to-play, and no free-to-play account has access to the middle tree subclasses. You have to have the Forsaken expansion to do so, and as a result, it's not as beneficial to play Titan or Hunter because they benefit more from the middle tree subclasses. In other words, the Warlock has the most top-tier builds out of the free-to-play options, so that's what I went with. Now, back on topic with the shopping list, the next thing I need to get is the Revoker Sniper Rifle, and I can obtain this from the competitive playlist by reaching 3,500 cumulative rank and getting a lot of sniper kills. I also need high stat roll armor, which I can get from pretty much anywhere, but the best place to get this is probably going to be the Iron Banner, which is good because I don't have to shoot someone 8 times in the head. Maybe it will only be 4, and thankfully sniper rifles will still one shot to the head, so the way I'm going to approach this is probably use a bow and a sniper rifle so that my time to kill never changes. Since I'm going to be sniping so much anyway to get the Revoker and complete Iron Banner, then I'm going to go for the Whisper the Worm Heavy exotic sniper rifle. So that's a sniper in your heavy slot, and it does slightly more damage, so I can body shot people with an empowering rift. You can obtain Whisper the Worm from doing the Whisper mission on IO, that's what I'm going to call it. Just a quick search on YouTube will show exactly what it is. Finally, the last thing to do is of course obtain Unbroken, and the plan is to acquire every item so that Shaxx has no choice but to notice me. With all this being said, I think it's time for a grinding montage. Roll the clips. The first operation I went for was to unlock the Menagerie by talking to Ikora Ray and the Sweeper bot at the tower. Then I realized the Sweeper bot was actually undercover boss and he has this sick ship on Nessus, so I went to talk to him there and I unlocked the Menagerie. First thing I'm going to do is of course go for the beloved sniper rifle, and I'll be passively going for that throughout this entire grind. It took about an hour to unlock the Menagerie, and the second sniper rifle that I got as a reward was a Twilight Oath with opening shot and box breathing. So if I went dry on the beloved, I would at least have this very strong Twilight Oath.
Let's fucking go.
The next thing I went for was unlocking the Black Armory Forges and getting a machine gun. Sure enough, the first one I get has pretty much ideal perks. It has quick draw surrounded and high caliber rounds, but what makes it even better is in the subsequent forge when I went for a sniper rifle, the high impact Tatara Gaze, I got an absolutely nutty Badlander. It is perk for perk perfect. After that, I took a stab at Dreaming City activities to get higher power level and try for a Retold Tale or a Twilight Oath. I got a bond. Thanks to my Twitch chat, they let me know that you could actually glitch into a pay-to-play raid and take one of the loot chests to get gear that you are not supposed to have. And so what I spent a couple hours doing was optimizing the routing of going out of bounds, and I got it pretty fast and pretty consistent. I'm going to follow up this video in Season 9 with the ultimate guide for gearing up free-to-play accounts, and in that guide will be this chest routing. But I'll just go through it really quick because I think it's just so wild that you're able to even do this in the first place. Here goes the rapid fire guide. So you want to start in the Debilian Mist, up your brightness all the way so you can see, then travel northwest to Rhea Silva. Jump on this branch, fly through this, I guess, hole in the wall where now you are out of bounds. What you're going to do is then use your Warlock super to reach that rock that I just shot at. So pretty easy with Top Tree Dawnblade, you just fly there, and I'm wasting Top Tree Dawnblade just to deliberately show you that you can make the rest of the jumps without a super. You can actually make that jump without a super, it's just very difficult. So then I fly to the wall, hit a different load zone, and start walking on some invisible barriers, and climbing higher and higher so that I can hit a different load zone in about a minute from now. So keep platforming, shooting where I'm supposed to go. And this is the important part for PC players. You're about to see me jump upward into another hole in the ceiling and then change my frame rate. Changing my frame rate is the key here. If you have too high of a frame rate, when the walls load around you, it launches you at like Mach 10 and might knock you out. But once you hit the load zone, you'll see some text pop up on screen. Then you're able to progress. So now you want to head out. It's a different load zone. So what you want to do is drop down into the left, then fly around to this water section after you up your frames, because let's be real, we're not going to look at 30 FPS. So now flying around the side to the water section, another invisible floor, and you want to go all the way to the end. Once you're at the end, there's going to be a low wall that you can jump onto and clamber. Now you want to start climbing the mountain. Then just keep climbing, just keep climbing. Come on, Warlock, you can do it. So climbing the mountain here, ice climber style, you can swing the sword if you mess up. I'm trying to take this really slow so that anybody can follow this guide. And then you see these like two little canister things, just run past them and keep climbing up the mountain. Now there's two paths you can go once you're up the mountain to warp yourself into the raid. You can either do what I'm doing right here, jump a little to the left and then kill your character so that you spawn near the chest. Or you can just jump off the left side of the bridge and reload the load area by running into this cave that I just came out of. So now I'm going to drop down to the raid chest, and here we go. A free-to-play account has a raid item. On this character, I got a bond from the chest, so this is the one that I'm going to ultimately max out. I think it's the most appropriate item to be the one I max out because it kind of feels like old school RuneScape where, you know, you see a low level with a fire cape and you wonder what the hell is going on. But after that out of bounds diversion, the first thing I went to do was talk to Ada1 in the tower and grab an augmented frame. Ada1 is the lady related to all the Black Armory content, and an augmented frame is a little bounty thing on the second page of her menu where you can buy it, and if you do a forge after completing the task associated with the bounty, you get an augmented weapon, which is a weapon with an extra selectable perk slot so that you don't get as bad RNG, so you don't have to be as lucky to get a strong rolled weapon. The loot I'm receiving in the background is a curated version of the scout rifle, and if I dismantle any curated weapon, I get 7 enhancement cores. With the blind well completion, that concludes all the activities for the Dreaming City this week, where after reset I can do them all again. So now I'm claiming the final reward on this character, and I can choose to either jump on a different character on my Titan or Hunter and do it all over again, or I can just wait for the entire week to reset and log back in on Tuesday to do it all over again. I figured the best course of action would be to do every available activity across all of Destiny on a single character first, then hop to another character, because if I level up my power level, my weapons also get leveled up, and I can just transfer those weapons to my other characters so it boosts their power level before they even start claiming rewards. So I did exactly that. What you're seeing in the background is me doing the Whisper mission with some friends to unlock the Whisper of the Worm. If you don't have friends, don't worry, the Destiny community is very inclusive, so use an LFG website, you can use my Discord, discord.gg/CammyCakes, and there's also a lot of other content creators on twitch.tv who also of course have their own Discords. Keep in mind that after this video goes live, I'm going to follow up this video with episodes of this character in comp with other content creators. In the description of those videos, you will find links to other content creators in the Destiny community. I think it's well worth looking at all the content the Destiny community has to offer because this game is so expansive, one person cannot possibly do a good job on all of it. Boom, there it is, Whisper of the Worm, done.
Which means tomorrow I will be farming it.
What I was just talking about in this clip is farming the Blasphemer shotgun because it's on a 3-day rotation. It starts off with the shotgun, then the rocket the next day, then the sniper the next day. So it turns out that tomorrow the Blasphemer drops, so that's what I was planning to do with my friends. However, this is Gambit gameplay in the background. What I'm trying to accomplish is collector-related tasks, kind of like Barbarian Assault from RuneScape, but what I get from completing these collector-related tasks is a chance at the curated spare rations. Also, at the end of every match, I have a chance to get a Gambit-related loot table drop, so I could actually get a better spare rations just by playing the game. The TLDR of Gambit Prime, which is the game mode in the background, is that there are 4 player roles. The Invader, who kills other Guardians, the Sentry, who kills other Invaders, the Reaper, which kills all sorts of enemies on screen, and the Collector, which collects motes that the enemy drops. If you do an activity called the Reckoning, you can start unlocking and upgrading armor related to your designated role. So if I go do Reckoning to unlock a Collector set, it improves my efficiency at collecting, and it gives me more Collector tasks to fulfill, so I have a better chance at getting that curated spare rations. Without the armor set, the Collector tasks are actually very difficult to fulfill, one of them being deposit 50 motes in a game, and there's only 100 to deposit, and if you're playing to win, you're not going to be the only one depositing. In other words, if you're on a brand new free-to-play account playing by yourself, it's very unlikely that you can actually fulfill any of these collector tasks, so it's highly advised that you do the Reckoning activity as soon as possible so you can start unlocking the armor, because it takes about 1 or 2 weekly resets to get the maximum ranked armor. While it does suck to wait for a weekly reset, the actual grind you need to put in for this armor set is probably about 2 hours total, but also keep in mind doing the Reckoning is an easy way to get very awesome weapons, and you also get curated weapons that you can dismantle to start stacking up those enhancement cores. Before anybody should start Gambit or Reckoning, you should talk to the Drifter at the tower who will put you on a questline to unlock the helmet of your role of choice. So I went for the Collector helmet, of course. Long story short, after tedious Gambit grinding, I got it.
Got it through. There it is. That's the spare. It exists.
How come? Wow, you got it twice and I can't get it once. Are you kidding me?
Now we're cooking with some fire. I got the annoying shotgun earlier, and now I have the annoying hand cannon. The next thing I need to go for is a good exotic, and I think I know the way to go for it.
Let's go.
Oh, fuck, the stag. Oh, that one's nuts, too. You can tell by my surprise, I was not expecting a stag. What I did to receive this drop was do a year 1 raid called the Leviathan. Just do a quick YouTube search and all the guides should still be very relevant. I didn't actually have a lot of Leviathan content on hand, so this is just another menagerie in the background, but the raid is very beneficial to both free-to-play and pay-to-play players. It doesn't matter if it's a year 1 raid. The point is, raids are useful because of easy exotic drops and high stat roll armor drops. I still have yet to do Master Nightfalls on this account, so I still have a little bit of time to acquire other armor pieces and other exotics to see what at the end of the day is going to be the best combination. So I went to the weekly vendor who appears randomly on the map, named Zur, and bought a Faded Engram, which contains a random exotic.
Oh, Pog. Ophidian aspect.
Wow.
Arc 2.
With all the weekly activities, the raids, and Zur out of the way now, my power level is close to 900, which means I can do some damage in the Iron Banner, so that's the next thing I decided to do.
Okay.
He just ran through you to get me.
I didn't have help to push. If you were pushing, I didn't want to make
Alright.
it seem like it was. Did he?
Oh! Alright, Stormcaller fight, let's go.
Let's just say instead of being 400 power level under the next person, I was about 50, so I could put in a lot of damage.
That's kind of mean.
I'm hip firing.
Yeah, lead, I think you need to calm down. What was that last word shooting? What the hell was that?
Me.
Oh, that,
Oh, he's cracked.
Get out of here.
Yep.
Now watch as they leave.
I believe in you, Guardian. Take this fight to them.
I'm trying salad, man. Oh.
No!
Another hunt
I'm on him.
will come soon.
Damn.
Get outplayed!
All of you together.
So before you're allowed to turn in tokens to redeem packages that can be armor, weapons, or mods, you have to complete an Iron Banner questline that involves pulse rifle kills, SMG kills, fusion rifle kills, grenade launcher kills, and maybe super kills, and a lot of zones capped. It does take a while, but it's pretty easy and Iron Banner is so profitable that you should probably be doing it anyway. Iron Banner is one of the best resources in the game to obtain high stat roll armor and mods that are very powerful. In this case, I get an enhanced hand cannon mod to pair with my enhanced sniping mod. Yes, I got both from this Iron Banner, and yes, it makes this character absolutely nuts. I seriously can't believe the luck of this account, and we're just getting started. Here it is, Enhanced Sniper Targeting. With Iron Banner out of the way on my Warlock, it's time to focus on my other two characters. I strongly recommend, like I said a while ago, that you should complete every powerful reward possible before moving on to the next character. Then when you're on your next character, you can simply go to the collections part of your menu and buy low-level armor to up your average from your powerful weapons. Next, you do the same thing on the seasonal tab, where if you just play normally, you might have some armor-related rewards that you can claim. The final tip to gearing a second and third character is to use any excess tokens you have. So you can have Vanguard tokens from running strikes, you can have Crucible tokens from playing PvP. Again, the goal here is to transfer the powerful weapons from my main character to my alternative characters, where I will then claim armor and turn in packages so that the armor drops I get increase the average power level until they taper out a little bit, and then after that I'll stop. Pretty much, once I hit 900 power, I'm comfortable to go into the Iron Banner. After that, it's just rinse repeat. Do the Iron Banner questline on both your characters, try to complete as many games and bounties as you can to get the most tokens, then go back on your main character and claim all your rewards. Before hopping back into the Iron Banner, I strongly recommend that you unlock the menagerie on both your characters by simply talking to the sweeper bot in the tower or going to Nessus and visiting him on the ship. Up until now, I purposely didn't mention the Rune Finder consumable that you can purchase from the sweeper bot for use in the menagerie. As a free-to-play account, you're always short on resources, so buying a rune finder just isn't worth it at the beginning. But now that you've turned in a lot of packages, dismantled things, got a cache of legendary shards, a stock of glimmer, now is the time to buy rune finders. You should also buy the other consumable called the Wealth of the Emperor, but essentially using either will give you the opportunity after a game or gambit completion to get a rune drop that you can use to slot a chalice to basically select your menagerie reward. For a free-to-play account, the menagerie is going to be your bread and butter, so you need to level it up efficiently. The first thing to go for, fitting of course, is the Power and Efficiency 1, then immediately Power and Efficiency 2. Once you unlock these two, you can sort of slow down with the menagerie and focus on other activities. But before you do any long stretch of PvP or gambit, I highly recommend you level up Power and Efficiency 1, Power Efficiency 2, and then Rune Bonus 1. Then after that, anything you want. The currency used to upgrade the chalice is called an Imperial, and you can get these by completing triumphs, which is just tasks related to the menagerie, like completing a section flawlessly, or defeating a certain boss on a weekly rotation. You can also do bounties by the sweeper bot that give you these treasure maps to search for, and of course you can find runes and Imperials by completing these bounties. So once you unlock Power and Efficiency 2 on your chalice, you can detour away from the menagerie. But remember, we're going to come back here because on a free-to-play account, this is the one-stop shop for getting deterministic rewards, meaning you can choose what weapon drops at the end. Once I finally got Power and Efficiency 2 on the chalice, I started using rune finders and just doing various activities over the next day. I did things like play Crucible, this new game mode called Momentum Control, which is kind of like Halo SWAT.
You have zone advantage. Your advantage grows. Stay strong. Double
I
down.
guess I'll use Black Talon.
Then after Momentum Control, I did some gambit.
I see him.
Okay, I have a tractor cannon. Fuck this.
Where is he? Oh, I see him. Holy shit.
Then back to Momentum Control.
Battle under shot.
2 for 1.
Dude, there's so much heavy on the go.
Then back to Gambit, where I was unlocking the Exit Strategy submachine gun by getting a lot of submachine gun kills.
Let's go!
Then I returned to the Drifter to claim my reward. The Exit Strategy is a very competitive submachine gun, especially on a free-to-play account. I continued this gameplay loop of a little bit of Crucible, a little bit of Gambit, a little bit of Monica, and then I would get some rune drops, do the menagerie, try to get a perfect beloved, and by the time I knew it, it was already the next day and the next weekly reset, so that meant I could go for the Blasphemer.
Hey Cam, why do you not like third person?
I'm really sorry for anybody watching this. I got it in 2 tries.
Oh, we're done.
Got it?
That was quick.
Are you kidding me? And I've stayed.
But of course the luck didn't stop there. On this account, anything's possible.
Oh, an
my
exotic
man.
engram. Let's go. What do you think it's gonna be? My guess is a weapon.
Trash.
Risk runner.
Oh!
What? That was quick. Well, I guess I win Gambit now.
Make sure you pick up your bounties.
Oh shit, I just got intellect mods from the Cryptarch.
Sometimes you will see a catalyst on the floor. That is what they look like. It's a little yellow triangle looking thing. It's a pyramid. Pick it up, and that's the tractor cannon catalyst. So there we go. Let's apply this.
As you can tell by the footage, I played a lot. I reached level 35 on the seasonal, I'm just going to call it a battle pass, and got the Ariana's Vow, which is a special weapon hand cannon. It's pretty much like a sniper rifle, and a hand cannon had a baby, and it's very useful in Master Nightfalls. With the Ariana's Vow and all the luck and powerful drops that have been compounding on each other, I think I could finally take on the Master Nightfall, or at least do better than I did last week.
多分最初の部屋のチャンピオン3体を倒せるんですけど、そこで多分僕らは全ての弾を使い切ると。
Obviously, I could use all the help I could get, so I summoned an anime character to help me out.
Let's see if I get killed in one shot. I'm living. I'm not going for the champion yet. I'm killing ads.
Yeah, we should kill ours first. 最初ザコ倒します。ただ、やばい。
Alright, I'm just kidding. Ethan's not an anime character, as far as I know. He's a solid dude. Love the guy. You should check the description to find links to his stuff. He does a lot of nice Japanese Destiny content.
Hydra is not happy that the 920 is here.
No, they broke it.
What a waste!
I'm ready to drop down when you guys are.
Holy shit.
You sure? Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm going now.
Okay, my Nova is ready. Let's go.
Alright, I have mine over.
You can't even touch the ground?
It's worth mentioning that both my teammates have a power level of 970, but I made the caveat rule that if they're going to help me, they need to only use free-to-play gear. That sort of simulates what my account would look like if I actually played every week instead of just the last 2.
Alright, I'm ready for the Hobgoblin now.
I got nothing.
Alright, nade.
I have nothing.
Alright, breaking that. There it goes.
Here comes another one.
Breaking it again. There it goes. Breaking the next.
Despite all the disadvantages, this Master Nightfall looked very doable. As is tradition with this account, we even lucked out at the next part where we encountered some sort of glitch where the enemy just would not react.
I'm ready to snipe it.
I do 15,000 damage to the fucking crit.
I'm gonna break that now. Here's the rift. It's not throwing the shield. Okay.
That's fine.
He's so kind. He's
It's
so
malfunctioned.
Oh, the other one isn't doing it either. Oh.
おお、なんかバリア張らないこいつらバグってる。不具合だ、不具合報告だ。機械がバグってるぞ。
Get shit on. No.
With this lucky break, we decided to proceed and settled on a plan.
And what we want to do is we want to get both champions, the Minotaur champions, to our left. We want to group them together, and all our Nova bombs are going to go off at once.
So you heard the plan. There's these 2 Minotaur champions that spawn, and we were going to save our super ability, the Nova Bomb, to use on both of them.
Kill him. Kill the cabal.
Okay, luring.
Right.
Oh.
Oh no.
Here it is, here it is, here it is. First one, second one. There it goes. Nova's out. Let's go. Keep going. Punch him. Okay, that's one.
Oh shit.
Run.
No, he's weak. Oh, you're
He's weak, he's weak, he's weak.
I can get you, Cam. Oh, fuck.
Let's get there.
Yeah, we failed.
Shit!
Run.
Another Minotaur. Another Minotaur. Oh!
All the Nova bombs. They were even on top of each other. Oh no. This is
no.
where...
ここからやり直し Oh, you're quitting.
Back to orbit.
Here's the really depressing part about that Master Nightfall attempt. That's arguably the easiest Nightfall to do, and every week the Master Nightfall changes. So at that point, I considered the Master Nightfall a pipe dream. I had to go back to the drawing board and spent my time just acquiring other things on my shopping list. The weapon you see in the background is called the Polaris Lance, and you obtain it from the Mars questline. You can upgrade the Catalyst by shooting Cabal on the Leviathan, and then shooting Shadow Thrall in the Whisper mission. While this is one of the most powerful scout rifles in the game, it wasn't changing the fact that I still couldn't do the Master Nightfall. What changed all this is when the Fire Nation attacked, and by Fire Nation, I mean when I got Ariana's Vow. I'm playing this background clip again. Never let your dreams be dreams. That's right, this free-to-play account went into the Master Nightfall with Ariana's Vow, and
I'm on a 935 free-to-play. Finally got Ariana's, so this Master Nightfall might happen. Got Unstoppable on the Explosive Spare, and an auto-loading grenade launcher to help with the champions. I'm using the Stag plus Bottom Tree Stormcaller so that I can give my 2 higher light teammates who are also using free-to-play gear Arc Souls, and since they're high light, the Arc Soul is also technically high light. So me just giving 2 people Arc Souls is a lot more damage than if I went to something like Oppressive Darkness, because I know that's going to be the most talked about thing in the comment section. So what they're both running is Borealis. We just found out by failing a run that this gives us a lot more coverage and a lot more damage to deal with champions.
Get in, get out, and don't die.
Okay, Ariana's will take down shield. It only takes 2 for a wizard, so for later, remember that. Fantastic. I'm scanning ghosts and going back to the door.
I've never seen the hive put locks on human doors. What are they doing down there?
The hive's over here using the incognito browser. Adds then champion. Yep. If we hug the left wall, we can clear right side.
Oh no, that went
You're
right
okay.
past us.
We had 2. Ariana's is out. Beautiful.
Retreat.
Yeah, we do.
Re-
Retreat for anti-barrier.
Yep. Let's do it.
He just does a hunter dodge.
Yeah, there we go.
Thrall, then Empress, then Ogre. Alright. Empress down, open door.
Yep.
Ogre's going down immediately.
Well,
Okay. Hitting Ogre now.
no, hold on.
There we go.
Good job.
Nice.
You can grab arc buddies as we go in.
He did. He hunter dodged.
Alright, left one, left one. I got him.
Beautiful.
Next. I was standing there to finish her.
At this point, my group could already tell that this one was possible. We can do this.
You got this, Ethan, okay?
Why is it not aggroing me?
Dude, this thing's shooting around.
Yeah, keep shooting at me. What are you doing, Cammy? So if your power is too low, then Shurika doesn't give a shit.
I'm sorry, was that a Guardian? Oh, I bet with Emperor I can one-shot. No, I can't even do that. I can't even one-shot an Acolyte with Emperor Ariana's.
How big
Alright,
is
ready
it?
to take it
Like,
down? Got it. Martyrdom.
Ooh. Ooh.
This Acolyte came straight out of Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Finisher. No! I hit the button like 4 times. Yeah, he did the finisher. No, he's still, like, he's like teabagging me. Look at this. Technically, I'm a free-to-play account. Maybe he's like taunting me. He's like, you didn't even buy the game, dumbass. And just like, oh, why did he clamber? I'm in a safe spot with a super.
Easy.
Dude, this is awesome. This is going so smooth.
Stand back.
Okay.
Oh, run!
What the hell?
Alright, here it goes. Hitting it now. That's what I'm talking about.
Let's
Okay,
go.
there's a second one. I have a good angle on it. Let's hit it. Yes, let's go. I'm gonna just YOLO strat it. I have my angle. Oh, there's another. I got this.
Oh no.
There. I'm escaping. Oh, why did it hit the ogre? Go, 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 go. We got it.
Okay.
There's 3 of them.
Okay,
Avenge me.
Dude, he was hiding. Gas, gas, gas. Oh, no, 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 don't clamber. I got it. No! There it goes.
What are you doing?
I was holding the button. That third ogre was... It was actually hiding. Like, I did not know it existed. Now he's gone. So we're going to stand right here and just do damage. You're going to use the arc buddies and whatever to deal with the thrall. I would clear ads now, just so that we don't have to deal with them when the champions are out. Oh, no! Run!
What the hell is going on?
Oh, I actually dropped a heal rift. Ogres, this is me. I'm hitting the right one. No, I'm hitting the left. Heal right. Dude, this works? It doesn't even target us from that far.
Oh, that works.
Yeah, ogres are blind, so this goes with the lore. Shout out to My Name is Bife. Now we can melt the boss. We can actually just throw novas at it.
Hey, I don't have any Borealis ammo.
Oh, I can... Yes! Oh, it hit it! Let's go.
Nice.
Alright, melt the boss. Never mind, never mind. Oh, no, 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 we're good, we're good. Oppressive Darkness, double nova.
Alright. Oh no!
Oh no.
Yeah, we have to clear Acolytes first. Because
If I see fire, I'm supering.
Oh, he's staying in the middle.
I'm hiding.
Oh no.
Oh!
Oh no! No!
Oh, I can't do damage to him!
I have 5 seconds. I have 5
Yeah,
seconds.
I can respawn.
Oh, they don't track!
Yeah, we didn't complete it, so I just did 1,000 hours of reckoning instead. Psych!
But now Nova, Nova, Nova! Oh, yes!
Yes!
Yes! Let's go! Let's go!
Oh, you died!
What the hell? Get out of
What
here,
the
wizard!
Something is keep shooting at me.
Wizard, get out of here! Dude, this wizard's still attacking, man! Holy shit, go away! Holy shit!
Yeah, we
Dude,
made
good
it.
job. Got a single Ascendant shard, so we gotta do this just 8 more times. Not a big deal.
It was a big deal.
Okay, YouTube. You will find Ethan and Galaxy's link down below in the description and in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching.
You can still feel the electricity in the air, man. That was intense. That is Destiny at its greatest, the Master Nightfall. PvE is in such a good state right now. Anyhow, back on topic, yeah, do the Master Nightfall like 8 more times. And here's a fun little side diversion. So it turns out that with this current expansion called Shadowkeep, free-to-play players have access to the first story mission, and pay-to-play players get the entire story. So it's kind of like a taste. They're giving you a taste to hope that you buy the whole expansion. Here's that mission.
I can only do the first mission if I haven't paid, so they give me like a little taste. It's okay, she may be looking at the camera, but she can't see us. Hold still. Don't make any sudden movements. Uh-oh, Kool-Aid. Oh yeah! Wait, she's fucking blind! Why is she putting her hand up like that was bright or something? Oh, she can see, she's got hive eyes?
Yeah, she can see. That's right.
Okay, I thought she was blind. She has Acolyte eyes. Can I have Master Nightfall Vandal eyes? I feel like I need to replay this cutscene with the Harriers. Okay, the Harrier looked good. It genuinely looked like it was about to drop a tactical nuke. Oh, she was blinded, but ripped off Acolyte eyes and used them. Okay, that makes sense. I couldn't trade eyes with anybody if that was the technology. You'd be like, why the hell do you keep looking up and to the left? 10,000 hours of Destiny. Stop dodging right when I take the first whisper shot. It's ridiculous. It's like they have a third eye. Wait, they do. But maybe a fourth eye when we're talking hive. Get out of the way. I'm getting bumped by a... Look, these guys can actually bump you out of the way. These NPCs are OP. I want a super in Crucible where I just summon only one of these guys. That's my kill streak. It'll be like Gage from Borderlands 2. Let's go, Death Trap. I don't know. What would I name my little Vanguard Rocketeer? I will name him Elton Tron. I'll be the Necromancer of Destiny. Hit the super button. Out comes Elton Tron, the Rocket Man himself.
Yeah, you can unsubscribe.
A tank and cruise? Okay, that would be a pretty sick super. It'd be like the Landmaster from Star Fox. That should be a Tomb in the Skies super. Fuck the Dawnblade throwing this stuff. No. Landmaster. It would make no sense whatsoever, but that's exactly why it makes sense. I would just use it in Endless Veil in the dead center hallway so it gets stuck. Alright, open up. Alright, so far I kind of see Bungie's idea here. This is a pretty sick mission, not gonna lie. Oh, it's wrecked into the hive.
Wait,
it's still stuck. It's trying to airlift the... you know what I'm gonna say? The hardest drop to obtain in the entire game. It's the drop of friendship.
You can actually unsub.
They're like, he's right, I've been a solo player for 10 years. I don't plan on changing it. You can get your Sparrow, by the way, if you want to get off the Drake for any reason. Oh look, I went inside the Drake. I am the Drake. Drive the Drake. Okay, hold up.
What the fuck's going on?
Oh. Okay. The Drake didn't like me. Also, you are in an unload zone. I can get into the raid chest from here, probably. This is going to be B-roll background gameplay, by the way. It's going to be muted, of course, but...
Or so he thought.
That's already enough background shenanigans that anybody watching the video is not going to listen to a word I say. Mute immediately.
No, you can damage him immediately.
Did they throw a fucking flashbang? Now I see why Eris is putting her hand up. I think I could edit a part where, like, as we get saved by Eris, Africa plays.
Oh my god.
Dun, 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 dun. Does anyone else hear that music? God, Ian, get in.
Nope, not risking demonetization. By the way, this video is for adults only.
Oh look, there's the soul of somebody who bought microtransactions. Real talk though, like, buy whatever you want if it looks cool. I think their payment model this season is actually pretty genius. Now we need to find the Eris Morn at the encampment in Sanctuary. See, this is like Borderlands. I could be a Necromancer. We're going to Sanctuary anyway. We're gonna get there, and instead of Amanda Holiday, it's gonna be Skeeter. Hey, I've been fixing up these sparrows.
Catch a rat!
Are there any catchphrases in Destiny 2? I mean, Zavala's got the siege dances. He's got the, whether we wanted it or not. That's his catchphrase. I feel like Cade's is, get your map off my rock, or something along those lines. Nope, not doing that. That's a no.
Well, here we are. The conclusion of the video. This started a year ago. Me and 3 friends made free-to-play accounts to help free-to-play players gear up and have the most competitive loadouts possible. Then we realized what should have been easy to obtain was actually very difficult to obtain, and we were kind of salty that free-to-play accounts had such a barrier to entry. So, as a joke, we wanted to acquire a competitive playlist weapon reward where we had the weapon but could not equip it. As fate would have it, it turns out we could equip it, and that opened up a whole new world for free-to-play accounts. So we wanted to see this joke through all the way to the end, and we went for maximum rank in the competitive playlist to get the best competitive reward possible, the best weapon in the game, the Not Forgotten. And yeah, we got it, and we could equip it. After that, we thought, well, we already maxed our competitive rank once, so why not do it again, just 2 more times, and get the Unbroken title for free-to-play accounts? I mean, we could equip everything else up until this point. Well, here it is, the nail in the coffin. The last thing that I had on my shopping list to acquire was actually the first thing on it, but a perfect, beloved sniper rifle. And I got it. Now, Lord Shaxx has to notice me. There is no excuse.
It's over.
At long last, here we go. Check this out. Open the menu. Illegal bond from the last wish. Gonna be maxed masterwork. 1 ascendant shard use. Got the high stat roll, boots. Got the sniper scav on it. Maxed, we take those. Recovery mod. Got the chest piece from year 1 with an unusually high stat total. Masterwork, maxed. Got the iron will gloves. Maxed, also have impact induction. Throw distance. The Stag, one of the best exotic helmets. 3 ascendant shards down the drain, here it goes. Maxed, got enhanced sniper, enhanced hand cannon targeting, a spare rations explosive, a perfect beloved, a whisper of the motherfucking worm. And, finally, Unbroken. Let's claim the shit. Now we're loading up the comp match with Frostbolt and Datto Does Destiny. You can call me Cammy Can Crucible. I don't know. Throw the rift down. They get Arc Buddies. Arc Buddies are OP. Everybody knows that. Now we're bringing PvE into PvP.
Whoa! What the hell was that?
See ya! Out here with Fallout and Pure Chill showing on the power of the free-to-play chaperone. Here with Glad and Shock saying, get that pay-to-play shit out of here.
Got him.
Playing the floor is lava with the Fizzle and Muscle.
And I have an air now. Oh shit, there's about to be a farm.
You already know. As to Cross and Gamer playing like Jaeger pilots.
Nice.
Out here giving them the Whisper of the Worm ASMR treatment with Jez and Apathetic. Bad to the Badlander with Ninja with no L and Brave Hero.
Killer. 62 on right. I could see his gun. Body. Dead.
You already know, Miss 5000 watts, Kujay always got my back.
Oh, no skill.
Special K dude with 200 IQ dropping the Sanguine Empowering Rift to let Ceridius go off.
189.
This is actually a busted combo. We got the Stag, we got the Sanguine Empowering for the walls, the Jiggle Peak with the Revoker. If I missed, I would have got the bullet back. And then here we go, slide out with the Fighting Lion. Oh yeah, by the way, I got Revoker. Also, watch this Fighting Lion. Pull out of the Phoenix type cancel. And finally, calling it a day with 2 of the best controller players in Destiny, Drewski and Mikowski.
Ooh. Aiming pad. I don't see it.
Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope it was somewhat entertaining. This account was quite the grind to put together, but this video was a totally different animal. It took forever. If any viewers in this video are brand new to the Destiny community, I plan to follow this up with episodes where I play full matches with each of those content creators that were in the mini montage at the end, as well as make a formal ultimate guide to free-to-play where I take brand new accounts other than this one, and take them from having nothing to gearing up as efficiently as possible. I'll make the video a few weeks into Season 9, which by the time you're watching this video, it probably is already Season 9. And depending on how finalized the routing is, I'm going to reach out to interpreters in the community and try to localize it for different languages, so different pockets of the world can maybe pick up Destiny 2 and have one of the greatest free-to-play experiences on the market. But like leveling your armor, that shit ain't free, so I have merch. So here we have an absolutely adorable design by Collateral Damage Studios' own Usanekorin. For the next 10 days, you can acquire a t-shirt that commemorates the idea of unlocking Unbroken, but not being able to equip it. All profit made from sales will go into hiring interpreters for better free-to-play guides, and the rest will be donated to the Bungie Foundation. Thank you to Secret Labs for making chairs comfortable enough that I don't hate myself after sitting there for 20 hours grinding this stuff out and editing this mammoth of a video. I personally rock the Omega 2020, and it has served me very well for many of 24-hour gaming sessions and editing sessions like this one. You can find the video review of the chair and an affiliate link down below. A big thank you to NordVPN for making sure that no matter what happens in the comp playlist, if somebody wants to DDoS me, it doesn't matter because I'm still online. Last but not least, here is a thank you to all my friends over the years that have made videos like this possible. A huge thank you to my clanmates in Encore. And of course, a thank you to Bungie for making sure I always have an awesome video game to play.